Gavin Newsom, for better or for worse, am your governor. Newly elected governor, so still idealistic and optimistic about the future. But I'm grateful that all of you not only took the time to assemble, those of you around these tables, but more importantly, each and every one of you that are sitting in the chairs. Thank you for stepping up and thank you for participating in this program. My understanding is you literally just started. But I want to just take advantage of a guy who has a remarkable life story that I think may resonate with you, that can briefly just talk about his journey and why he thinks, forget what I think, but why he thinks it's important that you're here today. Sorry to be on the spot, man. That's
right. Hi, everybody. I'm Jason Jones, right? And I just got out of San Quentin 3.5 months ago, right? And just give you like a backstory a little bit, I entered this foster care system at 8 years old and bounced around from group home and everything, joined the gang at 11, and then ultimately ended up going to prison and spend basically all my adult life in prison, grew up in prison, right? I got introduced to the coding program in 2014, right? And to be honest, like, I didn't even like initially just, okay, I want to go do coding, because I didn't know what coding was, right? Some mentors of mine was like, look, go apply for this, it'll keep you out of trouble, right? I went here and applied, got in. We actually started the program on my 31st birthday, so I never thought I would fall in love with it. Like, how many people in here, how many of y'all love music, right? I always compare coding to music, right? Because the reason I love music is because, like, the impact you have. Like, somebody can make a song, and no matter what your social economic status is, no matter what your race is, no matter where you're at in the world, if you hear it, it's going to impact you the same way if somebody heard it in Japan and someone that heard it in Oakland. It's going to impact you, right? Technology the same way, right? You can make a piece of software that changes the world. Like, Twitter changed the world. I would even argue that Twitter got Trump the presidency. Well, like, you can literally make a piece of software or contribute to a piece of software that would change the world. And from that point on, I was sold. I work for a tech company right now called Fandom, right? And they got over 200 million active, unique users worldwide. I don't even know how many people. I probably don't even know 1 billion people, right? But 200 million people, I'm able to, like, create something and build something that they're using. It's crazy, right? You got icons in music that don't reach 200 million people, right? So it's mind-boggling. And to think, like, where I came from and where I'm going, and I remember you said you're from Oakland. I started a program in West Oakland at McClimate, teaching coding, right? So another thing that I love about coding is that it immediately made me a resource for my community, right? So I was immediately able to get out and start teaching to kids that didn't believe that this was possible. And it was the funny thing that when I came in there, because I completely resonated with what they said, because when I told them I was a coder, they was like, you a coder? You don't look like no coder, right? And I love that, because that's what I want to change, right? Yeah, I probably don't look like a coder right now, but 5 years from now, you're going to see a lot of coders that look like me, right? I see a lot of coders in here, you feel me? You guys very much have the opportunity that I have. And the one thing that I want to leave you guys with, and I'm going to tell you it's just straight up, in order to be successful, you have to believe that it's possible, right? In this industry, you have to believe that this is an option. The reason I didn't think about coding as a career path growing up, or being a doctor, or being a lawyer, or anything like that, because I never seen that, right? I seen drug dealers, gang members, and everything else going up. I didn't see no doctor or lawyer going to no 9 to 5 in my neighborhood, so I never wanted to be that, right? So now, I'm telling you, like, it's possible, and I'm working at a tech company right now, right? So it's very possible.
So let me start something quickly with Jason. When we were exploring having Last Mile come to DJJ, we went up to San Quentin and visited the inmates there who were participating in the program and asked them, do you think a program like this would benefit the young people in DJJ? Jason was among them, immediately said, oh, heck yes, man, if I had this opportunity when I was that age, then I would not be in San Quentin today. And then they all kind of had this collective gasp of, oh my gosh, if I had that opportunity at that age, I would not have known what that was before me. And they said, you got to let us help you. You've got to let us talk to the youth in the program. And so we set up this video conferencing mentoring program. Jason was one of the first, and they would beam weekly into the Ventura coding program as mentors to the youth who were participating there. And then Jason recently got out, as he said, paid a surprise visit to the youth in Ventura, walked in unannounced, in person, saying like, this is real. This is real. I participated in that program, and now I have a coding job. We're going to have the same video conferencing mentoring with San Quentin and this program here for you all to benefit from, for people like Jason.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great opportunity. Like, y'all know who Mark Zuckerberg is, right?
Yeah. Founder of YouTube.
It's in Mike. Facebook. Right? No, well, think about it. If Mark Zuckerberg looked like Wesley Snipes or something like that, like how would tech look? Right? How would tech look? If he looked like one of you guys, how would tech look? Or if he had the background of one of you guys, how would technology look? Right? Just think of it. I'll argue we've been in conditions that we didn't have all our resources. We've been solving problems without all our resources, right? And then you've been solving problems anyway in life, right? You've been critically thinking and trying to solve problems. Now they're giving you a structured way to approach problems, right? So like, yeah, I didn't believe it was possible at first. However, if I would have had somebody that I could resonate with, that looked like me, that was in the industry that I can go to and like have a reference, like, okay, he did it, why can't I, right? Then I would have believed it. It would have made it a lot easier. But I just didn't never see nobody in tech that looked like me.
All right, Governor, Jason, we need to wrap this up.
Right? Because I always think about that. I always think about like, why is it that I never thought this was an option? And why is it that the youth still think that this is an option? Right? It's very much so. And if you guys don't believe it, especially after I leave, then I failed y'all. And I apologize. You guys have any questions? And this is one thing I told the youth too. I told the youth at Ventura because even outside of my job at Phantom, right, I was able to even get do a contract job with nonprofits, right? Like my first week out, I got a nonprofit to sign a deal with me to build their website. Pay me $15,000 to build their website. I had never had that much money that I didn't have to worry about my or the police stopping me, asking me where I got it. And I didn't even have an ID. I had a paper ID. I couldn't even go to a bank account to go cash it. You know, I went to a check cash place on 27th in West Oakland at the Ace Check Cash place and cashed it. And they was calling all around to make sure the check was real. Like, but it felt good. And like I got you right now. And one of the like proudest moments as a father, my son's 17, right? I got to put him under my benefits. He's been on Medicare all his life. Needed braces, needed all this stuff done with his teeth, but couldn't get it done because Medicare don't cover that, right? I put him on my benefits, and that was like the most validated moment as a father I ever had, right? I finally felt like I was protecting my child, right? Put him on my benefits. I got a 401k. Don't know what that is still. But I know it's a good thing. I think these are good problems to have in life. You know what I mean? What's your name?
Tyron.
Tyron?
Did anything like hold you back or like?
As far as when I got in the program?
Yeah.
So, like I said, for me it was a culture shock. Like I didn't, like it's completely new. I didn't know what coding was. And I didn't even know, like I said, like believing in this process was very key for my success. Right? I did not initially just come in believing that this was possible. So I don't expect you guys to like just initially just come in and just think like, okay, this is possible. But I'm here to tell you like it is, right? And I hope that like after seeing my story, seeing some of the other guys here, because I'm not the only one working in tech. One of the guys that worked with me, Chris Schumacher, that worked in tech with me, he got there at that company before me, and we learned to start at the same time in prison. He just got out before me, right? Ali Tambor, he works for Chan Zuckerberg. Initially, he worked for Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg actually came in, and we got to meet him, right? So there's like a lot of different things. And when I started seeing other people, especially like people of prestige, like invested in my education of this, that's when I started believing, right? That's when I started believing. And then when I started, like, I lost a lot of people. I lost my dad, I lost my uncle, lost my cousin. All these deaths happened when I was incarcerated, right? And the same people that was there to help me with all this was the same people that was there for me when I was going through that process too. So it made believing it a lot easier. If that answers your question. Anything else? I got a question. Why coding?
Why not?
It's the future. It is, definitely is.
The alphabet of the future.
Yeah. It's on pace right now to have 1 million more job openings in coders by 2020.
We got 68,000 just in your own backyard we're trying to fill. Wow.
Think about it. You got the governor to come to check you guys out. It got to be something special about this. Got to. The governor and the secretary. These are two people that really can impact your life by the decisions they make, by the things you believe in.
But nothing impacts people's lives than your own decisions.
I have a question. What's his name?
Mine?
The guy to your right.
This guy?
No, the other guy.
This guy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ralph Diaz.
You don't want to know him.
He's the
How
only
many
one that
believe
didn't
that this is
introduce
possible?
himself.
How many believe it's possible?
Be honest.
Right. It is possible.
Yes.
You believe it was possible when you first started?
No. No. I did it. It takes time. It takes time. And
And I can't even type, so I have no idea what you guys HTM, what, whatever, JavaScript, all this stuff. So yeah, if you're not confused, then I'm shocked. None of this is, easy. But I think what's amazing is once you start figuring it out, it's a hell of a lot easier than you think, right? And that's the point. You got to sort of get through that first sort of the perception, right?
yeah, look at it. First of all, you learn coding without the internet, right? And everybody surprised and oh my gosh, right?
Thank you very much.
Well done, guys. Thank you guys for being here. Keep up the good work. Thank
My name's Hector Aguilar. I'm from San Jose, California, and this program would be good for me because, well, I live in the Silicon Valley, so it would give me a lot of opportunities to get a job that doesn't pay like $30, $20 an hour.
My name is Brandon Pena. I'm from Los Angeles, California, and I think the program would be good because it can teach me skills. So when I get out back into society, I can start on a career, not just a job, but a long-term career that could keep me out of trouble and give me a life. I appreciate the Google helpers coming out. We're here for us today. First, we Skyped them on Friday, talked to them, and then they came out in person to help us with exercising, and the fact that they're giving out their time and trying to help us and really get us to get creative and just to help us with our websites and what coding would be like. It's amazing. My personal goals in life is to get out and go to college. I've taken a couple college courses in here, but I want to be a nurse. But with learning this skill trait, I'm already familiar with other computer programs, so my career might take a turn.